Kiss bassist Gene Simmons first declared that rock music was dead back in 2014, and over the years he's repeated that same claim, including just last year during an interview where he reiterated that sentiment. A lot of people have disagreed with him, some people have agreed, and now we have a response from his own bandmate, Paul Stanley. But the question is he right about this? On one hand, music has been incredibly devalued with the invention of file sharing and streaming services, making it difficult to earn a living. On the other hand, music distribution has never been easier. In the past, you would certainly be entirely dependent on a major record label picking you up and then handling that distribution into physical storefronts. But now you're able to directly upload. And if you're somewhat savvy with marketing and getting your music out there, you can possibly succeed. But he also says there just aren't acts like the Beatles that are out there right now, which is certainly a fair point. This is what Gene Simmons had to say about all of this just last year. He said, "Rock is dead because as soon as fans were able to download and file share for free, new bands didn't have a chance to make a living, and that breaks my heart because there's so many great, talented young musicians and writers who are never going to get that chance that I got. Anything that is free or a penny when it should cost $1 or more soon is worthless." From 1958 until 1988, we had Elvis, the Beatles, all the great bluesmen, Madonna. In disco, you had the great Motown stuff, which is unequaled. You had heavy bands, Metallica and Iron Maiden and all that. U2, Prince, David Bowie, all that. From 1988 until today is more than 30 years. Who are the new Beatles? Who are they? Gene's position has been quite polarizing. I would love to hear what you think about this down in the comments. And now we have a new response from Paul Stanley, who was asked about this in a new interview with Classic Rock. He was asked for his take on this, and he offered a response saying that he disagrees. He says, "It's a great soundbite, but that's about all it is. My son Evan is playing all around Los Angeles with a rock band that kicks ass and is getting great crowds, with beautiful models coming, and that's proof to me that rock's not dead. It ebbs and flows. There's a lot of rock music being made right now, and some of it may be too derivative to really stake a claim and take it to the next level, but it will happen. It will happen. But the next big rock band won't be huge because it sounds like a band from the past. It will have its own voice. And so there are a number of bands out there that have been able to grow since the days of Iron Maiden, since the days of Metallica. Slipknot certainly has built a global fan base where they can go to pretty much any country around the world and do arenas or stadiums. Even a band like Ghost, which within the last decade has grown from a very underground band into a band that is building a very serious global audience. Look at the numbers of their album Impera last year. It really speaks for itself. Something really special is happening with Ghost. I don't think he's entirely right. I think there are many reasons to be optimistic. When you look at the live entertainment business, you see bands that are out there that are from the last 20 years that are drawing bigger crowds than a lot of these pop artists that you hear so much about in culture that aren't necessarily drawing the same types of live audiences. I'm not referring to like Ariana Grande or Taylor Swift. Of course, they're doing stadiums, Beyonce, stuff like that. They're crushing it. But even still, a lot of these upcoming artists are not necessarily going to draw the types of crowds in a live environment that Slipknot is, even though they're pretty much entirely ignored by mainstream. Same with Metallica. Rarely will you hear references to them like in the NFL. Every stadium is going to play their music, but you'll never see them in the halftime show. So it's just an interesting dynamic there. I think he has some points where he's right. I don't necessarily agree with everything. Certainly rock music is down from where it once was. That's a fair assessment, but there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic. Again, let me know what you all think in the comments down below. As always, thanks so much for tuning in to Rock Feed. If you could take just a quick second to hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet, I would really appreciate it. And check out the recommended video up on your screen.